Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Corey from Lion Dads. I help my fellow dads get back in shape and get healthy with a carnivore diet and back to basics exercise. In today's video, we're going to go over stalled weight loss. Does it happen on a carnivore diet, and what are some reasons that it does happen, and how you dads out there can kind of overcome that issue when you start a carnivore diet and you're losing weight and then your weight loss does stall out, which usually will happen. So before we get into it, I want you guys to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell all down below, and leave a comment. Let me know if this is something you've experienced, or if you want to get ahead of it before it actually happens, or just, as usual, talk about your carnivore experiences, your dad life experiences, ask questions, etc. So let's get into weight loss stalls. What is a weight loss stall? Well, basically what happens with a weight loss stall is you'll start a diet or some kind of program or training or whatever, and you'll start losing weight, and you'll notice, especially early on, weight can come off pretty fast, especially, on this carnivore diet that I've done. I lost a rapid amount of weight at a pretty quick pace. So eventually you might get to a point, and it doesn't really happen. I mean, everybody's going to hit a point where they kind of stall out, but you'll get to a point where all of a sudden the weight stops coming off, and you'll notice it slow down gradually, and then at some point it just kind of stops. And for some people, that happens at a point in their journey that they're not willing to accept that stall. And so what you'll have is a person who maybe has to lose 100 pounds. Maybe that person is 300 pounds and they want to get down to 200 or even less. And they'll lose 60, 70 pounds right off the bat, get down to like 220. Their goal is 200, but they just seemingly cannot get under that 220 hump. It's really common, happens to a lot of people. And so I just want to kind of go over, why, how, what to do, etc. So does that happen on a carnivore diet? Because I know I'm on here and I'm always singing the praises of a carnivore diet. It's been the most effective, efficient method of eating for me. It's the only diet program that I have been able to sustain for 4 years now. Everything else I failed at, crashed and burned, gained weight back. It just didn't work, or it caused me health issues or something like that. This one has been perfect for me. And that is not me saying that it is a perfect way of eating for everybody. It is not just like you just magically keep eating a carnivore diet, and some of these other things that happen on other diets don't happen, such as weight loss stalls. It does happen. It did happen to me. It has happened to me. It's something I've actually gone through kind of this year. It's just, for me, I have found that there are easier ways to kind of overcome it, or looking at the big picture, being able to accept the weight loss stall, because I'm understanding it's happening for different reasons now than it ever has for me in the past. But to answer the question, does a weight loss stall occur on a carnivore diet? It 100% absolutely can, and probably will for most people. So why does a weight loss stall happen? What are some reasons why you may end up experiencing a weight loss stall? So for starters, the biggest thing is our bodies are very adaptive. They adapt to their environment. They want to get to like a comfort zone, a level of stasis, and they'll kind of just adapt to the things that are going on around them and the things that are happening to them. So you'll find that you'll hit a level when you're eating a lot, because calories they are a thing, and they do matter to an extent on a carnivore diet. I have a whole nother video on that. You can go back and check it out. But your body will adapt to what you're eating and how much. And while you were maybe eating a certain amount and losing weight rapidly as your body adjusts to how much you're eating, then you may find that you start stalling out on your weight loss. You may reach a plateau and the weight may stop coming off. So that's one reason. That's on other diets I've been on, that's probably been always the biggest reason it's happened. Like I'd cut diets way down under like to 2,000 or less calories a day when I was tracking. I don't track anymore on this diet. I've got another video on that, on why I don't really think it's necessary. But like I would get under 2,000 and stop losing weight and be like, this is unsustainable for me. It's causing health issues. I'm losing muscle mass. I'm losing energy, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I would end up just having to eat a bunch more calories and I'd gain the weight back. But on a carnivore diet, I found there are other reasons why. And so another reason why I think it happens for a lot of people and they don't really look at the big picture when they're trying to understand why it happens is muscle gain. So on a carnivore diet, naturally, you're probably, if you've never really paid attention to it before, going to end up eating a lot more protein than you usually do. You're going to be eating a lot of animal fat, which is great for your hormones and great for, optimizing your body. You're going to be eating protein, which is a building block. You're going to notice your ligaments and tendons getting stronger. Your bones are going to get stronger. Your hair, your nails get better. Everything in your body starts naturally getting stronger and healing, and that comes with some muscle gain too. I know guys who have done this, never worked out, and I'm not saying they're like walking around hulked out Mr. Olympia or anything like that, but they do experience some muscle gain on this diet because they were at a point where they were eating like shit and they were atrophied and all this stuff, and the muscle starts coming back. So it's just a thing that happens when you gain muscle, which is denser than fat. As you burn fat and you gain muscle, you'll notice your weight will kind of, you're burning here, you're gaining here, this weighs more. You're going to end up, even though you're maybe gaining muscle a little less than you're burning the fat, you're going to end up weighing more or about the same because it just kind of balances out that way. So that's another reason, and that's a great reason, and that's another reason I tell people when they start to plateau, let's just chill out a bit and see what's going on with it and see why. When I'm working with, people that are, I'm helping out and they start hitting this plateau, I tell them we could be just experiencing muscle gain. Let's just kind of chill out and see if that's what's going on. Another thing is, when you're overweight and you're heavy, and that's what brings a lot of people to this diet, you're using up a hell of a lot more energy because you're bigger. You got more mass, you got more body mass to move around. It just takes more energy to keep a larger person alive. So as you start getting smaller, your body just does not need to expend as much energy. And burning off energy is what causes most people to lose weight. It causes everybody to lose weight, So you'll notice as you get smaller and as you have lost, massive tons of weight, like amounts of weight, you're not using as much energy anymore. So that causes the weight to not have to come off as fast because you're just not burning through all the fat stores that you used to have on your body. Another reason you can have it is different things like water retention, which is a temporary thing and, just kind of happens for a lot of people. But that's just really the reasons why. There's some of them. There's a multitude of reasons why, and if you guys want to get deeper into it, you can go look it up. But there's a ton of reasons why you can start hitting these kind of plateaus and hitting these stalls on your weight loss. So what can you do to overcome it, right? Well, there's some obvious answers to that. One, I would say, definitely would just be more mindful of actually how much you're eating. I've said before on here a million times, it is difficult to overeat on this diet. You're eating so much protein, animal foods, they're just so satiating. The protein content, like I'm hitting 250 to 300 grams of protein a day because I'm a bigger guy, and it's not easy for me to even try to achieve that, especially when I'm trying to bulk up or something like that, which I've done in the past. It's tough, but it can happen. I do see people do it. So there's some strategies you can do to eating less. You can try intermittent fasting. I've got a whole video on that. A lot of stuff about different methods of it and ways you can implement intermittent fasting into your carnivore diet, which I think is a great idea. I'm kind of doing it right now. I don't do it every day, just a few days a week, but it just kind of helps me keep from plateauing as I'm trying to cut for a big vacation I have coming up this fall. So, eating less is one strategy. If you're eating a lot of snacks through the day, which is one problem. So when I bulked and I tried to put on a lot of muscle, and I ended up putting on a lot of muscle and some fat and stuff like that, which I'm not looking exactly diced right now or anything like that. You know what I mean? I'm still carrying a little bit of that bulk weight on me. But I was eating snacks a lot. I'd eat pork rinds through the day. I'd eat cheese sticks. I'd eat hard-boiled like eggs and stuff like that on top of my giant-ass meals I was eating. So just cutting out the snacks you can find will go a long way. Or, trying implementing fasting in the day and trying to eat a little less, going OMAD, whatever it is you want to try. Those are things you might find that is the one thing that's keeping you stalled and keeping you from hitting that final last weight loss goal. Another recommendation that I find works is just increasing your workout intensity or frequency. Like I said, if you're not working out on a carnivore diet, you're missing out on so much more. You can see a lot of benefit doing this diet without working out. I've been through that, and my wife has been through that, but working out on this diet is like a cheat code. And if you're not doing it, if you're not strength training on this diet and doing some creative, like cool cardio stuff, you can do, bag work and stuff like that. It doesn't mean you just have to go out and grind out a run or anything like that. You'll find you can overcome just about anything and achieve things that you never thought you were capable of, especially when you're out of shape. Another thing I tell people, just stay the course, stay doing what you're doing. A lot of times, these stalls are temporary. You just kind of sit on them for a while, and then all of a sudden, boom, one day you find, oh man, I lost like 5 pounds this weekend. Oh, 10 pounds in the last 2 weeks all of a sudden when I'd been stuck for a month or two. Sometimes just staying the course is plenty, and you'll be, you just sit there and you sit at that weight for a while, let your body keep working, let your body keep healing. Your body will tell you like, hey, you're eating too much. If you start gaining weight, then I definitely start looking at some strategies. But if you're just kind of sitting, maybe think about, am I healing something? Is something going on that I just need to be at this weight for a while? Stay the course, and you'll find that oftentimes after a month or two, you'll start losing weight again. Like I said before, another thing you can do, implement some kind of cardio. That does not mean you got to go out and start prepping for marathons and running 5Ks every weekend and all this kind of stuff. There's there's tons of different cardio workouts you can do. I need to do a whole video on cardio at some point. But you can, like I said, do bag work. You can do swimming. I know I can't run, so swimming's an awesome one for me. It's easy on my joints. Just going out for walks and things like that. But, if you bring in some kind of cardio into your, fitness regimen, oftentimes you'll find that the weight loss stall will just be overcome at that point. So just summarize, we kind of went over weight loss stalls and, how they happen on a carnivore diet, why that kind of happens as far as like whether you're gaining muscle, your body just got adapted to your caloric content, or you just don't need to use as much energy as before. And then all the ways you can overcome it, with the eating less, the workout intensity, frequency, implementing some cardio. So those are things you can think about when you experience these weight loss stalls, or when you start this way of eating and you decide, is this a thing that could happen to me? Just keep all this stuff in the back of your mind. Don't freak out about it. It's not a thing that you really need to make a big deal of. Just kind of sit, look at the big picture, and try to think of ways that you can overcome it, or why it's even just happening to you in the first place. But that should about do it for today, guys. As always, there's links to my Twitter and Facebook, all my socials down in the description of the video. Also, you can head over to lion-dads.com. Link to that's down there in the description as well. You get a hold of me there. You can just learn more about Lion Dads and what I'm doing here in general. There's a link in the top of the website to my online community. Get access to the Discord server. I'll go over all kinds of stuff, ways to level up as a dad, not just carnivore diet and fitness related. I go over all kinds of stuff from marriage, kid advice, We talk about entrepreneurship, you know, career related stuff, everything. I just want to see all my fellow dads out there winning. That's my goal. You can also find a link to my Calendly down there. Why don't you go ahead, go down, book a free 15-minute call with me, and we'll start talking about how I can help you take back your health and fitness. And until next time, I'll catch you later. Peace.